Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a full face of dupes. So really quickly I want you guys to comment down below before the video starts which side you think is high end and which side you think is drugstore. And then at the end of the video I want to know if you were right or if you were duped by the dupes. Alright guys, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is foundation. And for the two foundations I'm going to compare, it's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation and then the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation. And as you can see, the LA Girl foundation has a very similar package to the Makeup Forever one. And I'm hoping these colors, they look pretty similar. So I'm hoping they end up matching like together okay. So this side of my face is going to be drugstore and then this side will be high end. And really quickly, the Makeup Forever full size, obviously these are both full size, so the Makeup Forever foundation is $43 and then the LA Girl foundation is $8.99. And then really quickly, Makeup Forever has 40 shades on the Sephora website, and then the LA Girl I found on Ulta and there were 16 shades on Ulta. And then this is 1.01 fluid ounces and then this is 0.95 fluid ounces. So you do get a little bit more of the Makeup Forever, but you're also paying a lot more for it. So let's go ahead and get to applying these on the face. So to apply the foundations, I'm going to be using a beauty blender on the high-end side and then the Real Technique sponge on the drugstore side. And the beauty blender retails for $20 at Sephora and the Real Technique sponge is $5.99. So really quickly, on the high-end side of my face, I found all that information on Sephora, and then for the drug side, and then for the drugstore side of my face, I found most of the information on Ulta. And if it wasn't on Ulta, then I went straight to whoever made it, like their website, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's stop talking and start applying. Oh, and really quickly, these both do have a pump. Okay, so this is the Makeup Forever side. I forgot how much I like this foundation. I would say it's a medium coverage foundation. If you build it, you could probably get it to full coverage, and it looks really beautiful on the skin. It feels weightless. Now I'm going to switch over, and I have nothing on the back of my hand anymore. I'm going to switch it over to the LA Girl foundation. And for real quick, just for reference, I used 2 pumps to do half my face with the Makeup Forever foundation. So I'm going to do 2 pumps of the LA Girl foundation and see how far that gets me. This is the foundation on each side, Makeup Forever and then LA Girl. And as you can see, the LA Girl is definitely a little bit darker. So just for reference, I don't think I told you guys the shades in Makeup Forever. I'm the shade 117 and then it says equals Y225 at the bottom. And then in LA Girl, I am in the shade Fair. So swatching them side by side, the Makeup Forever one is definitely lighter. So that would be why this side of my face looks so much darker. But I'm hoping I can fix this side and make it look more similar to this side when I apply concealer and bronzer and all that stuff. But really quickly, right off the bat, you can definitely tell that the LA Girl foundation is more dewy than the Makeup Forever one. I'd say this one has like a very like natural finish. It feels super thin and lightweight. Same with the LA Girl foundation. The LA Girl one seems a little bit more tacky than the Makeup Forever one, but these are 2 really good foundations. If you're looking to save a little bit of money, go for the LA Girl, and if you're willing to splurge, then the Makeup Forever one is also really nice. So, moving on to concealer, I'm going to be comparing the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer to the Maybelline Fit Me. So the Urban Decay Concealer is $29 at Sephora, and there are 14 shades. And then the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer has 6 shades, at least at Ulta online when I was doing my research, if you want to call it that. And then the Maybelline Fit Me is $6.99. So $29, $6.99. And then the Urban Decay is 0.16 fluid ounces, and the Fit Me is 0.23 fluid ounces. And if you guys see me looking down a lot, it's because I have a lot of stuff written down in a notebook right here, so that's why. So to me, these are both medium coverage, and I actually prefer the Maybelline Fit Me. It's way cheaper, one, and it does the same exact thing as the Urban Decay one, so for me it's no-brainer. But really quickly, let's go ahead and apply these to the face. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch it on my hand real quick so you guys can see. So the Urban Decay one is a little bit thicker, like when you initially apply it. The Maybelline Fit Me is a little bit of a thinner consistency. Also, really quickly, the Urban Decay shade is right here, and it's definitely more yellow toned, and then these two are the Maybelline Fit Me shades. The darker one is shade 10, and then the lighter one is shade 15. So I'm probably going to take the lighter shade, which is shade 15 in the Maybelline Fit Me, just to even out my face. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend the drugstore side out with my Real Technique sponge. And the high-end side, I'm going to go ahead and use the Beauty Blender. Okay, we're looking a little bit more even now, I think. Now to go ahead and set the under eyes. For the high-end side, I'm going to be using my Mercier translucent powder. And from the drugstore, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Fix translucent face powder. These are both just translucent powders, so I figured it didn't really matter too much like what I picked from the drugstore. This is my favorite high-end powder though, so that's why I went ahead and picked it. So the Mercier powder is $38 and it's 1 ounce, and then the Maybelline the Maybelline Master Fix powder is $8.99 and it's 0.21 ounces. So you do get a lot more product in this. You get almost 5 times more product in this than you do in this. And go ahead and pick some of that up on my Beauty Blender and set the under eye. I'm just pressing that powder into the skin. This is my all-time favorite powder. It literally erases like fine lines. It erases your pores. It makes your skin look flawless. Moving on to the drugstore side, I'm going to go ahead and use the Maybelline Master Fix. So I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender in here. My Real Technique sponge in here. Pick up some of that product. And really quickly, I do want to let you guys know that this Maybelline Master Fix powder does cause a lot of flashback. I don't find that I get flashback when I use the Mercier powder. And I would say that the Mercier powder does a little bit better of a job like making those pores look like they aren't there, basically. But they both set your makeup beautifully, and the Maybelline Master Fix powder is a really nice drugstore option as long as you're not taking photos. Moving on to bronzer. For the high-end side, I'm going to be using Benefit's Hula bronzer, and then for the drugstore side, I'm using my Lisa Frank Bitten and Bronzed bronzer. So the Hula bronzer is $29 and the Lisa Frank bronzer is $4.99. You can find this bronzer on the Glamour Dolls website. It's currently sold out. I'm not sure if they're bringing it back in stock, but if you can find it, this is awesome. I'm going to be applying each of these with like 2 different brushes, that way everything is fair. So these are both natural hair bristles, I believe, so hopefully they will apply the product evenly. And I used this with my Glamour Dolls bronzer last, so I'm going to go ahead and use this to apply. It just gives you like such a natural looking bronze. It's like freaking beautiful. Moving over to Hula. So really quickly, I'm just gonna swatch these for you guys. So here's a swatch. The Lisa Frank one is up top and then the Hula one is on the bottom. They look like spot on to me. I hope it's picking up on camera. Like, They're literally the same. They're both beautiful, and if you're looking to save money, definitely look for that Lisa Frank bronzer. I'm telling you, this is one of the best bronzers that you could find that's drugstore price. So moving on to highlight, I actually have two different like sets of highlights that I found that were dupes for each other. Okay, so the first set is actually three different bronzers. Two are from the drugstore and then one is high-end. So I have the Wet n Wild Gold Bar, the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlight in Molten Gold, and then Becca's Champagne Pop, which is the collab she did with Jaclyn Hill. I could not find this Wet n Wild Gold Bar anywhere online. I'm sure they have it on like Amazon and eBay, so I'm not really sure what the price is on this. I'm really sorry about that, guys. But that's why I also gave you the Maybelline Master Chrome highlight. This highlight is $9.99, and the good thing about drugstore is that you can almost always find something on sale or find a coupon online, or just wait for it to go on sale. And this is a really, really nice affordable highlight. And then the Becca highlight is $38. So really quickly, I'll go ahead and swatch those. I'm going to put the Becca one in the middle of my hand. Okay, so you have the Wet n Wild Gold Bar, then you have Becca, and then you have the Maybelline one. So hopefully you guys can see. So the Becca one definitely has a more pinky undertone. These all look like really similar on my hand. It's not picking up that way on camera though. I would say that the Maybelline one is definitely more gold, and then this one is more like rose gold. So it's not an exact dupe, but I felt that they like all looked really, really close. And like I said, in person they look a lot more similar than they do on camera. So again, I'm sorry about that, guys. So the next set that I have for highlights is the Wet n Wild, I think this is called Boozy Brunch. Yes, Wet n Wild Boozy Brunch. Physicians Formula Shimmer Strip in Vegas Strip, and then Becca Opal. And this is just a sample size of Opal, but I mean, same thing. The full size Becca highlight is $38. Wet n Wild's Boozy Brunch, which you can find on the Wet n Wild website, is $5.99. And the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strip is $12.99. So let me go ahead and swatch these for you guys. Again, I'm going to go ahead and put the high-end one in the center of my hand. So we have Wet n Wild, Becca, Physicians Formula, and I would definitely say that the Wet n Wild and Boozy Brunch is the closest to Becca's Opal. I don't even know if I told you guys that. That's Becca's Opal. So yeah, in person, again, these look extremely similar, but on camera, this one is a Physician Formula one. It does look a little bit darker than the others, but in person, they all look the same. So on the face, I'm actually going to do Becca Opal on the high-end side and then Wet n Wild Boozy Brunch, just because I feel like that's the closest dupe I have. I'm going to use this sparkly brush that I got in my Ipsy bag, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to the cheekbones. And then on the other side, I'm going to apply Wet n Wild Boozy Brunch with my Morphe M501 brush. And all of these highlights are like made a little differently just because it's marbled in there, so just be aware of that. So here is Becca's Opal, and then Boozy Brunch. Moving on to blush, I have a Tarte blush and then a blush by Studio Makeup. The Tarte blush is in the shade Fanciful, and the Tarte blush retails for $29. And then the Studio Makeup retails for $17, and it's in the shade Wildflower. So here is those two blushes swatched on the back of my hand. The Tarte one is on top, and then Studio Makeup is on the bottom. The Studio Makeup one is a tad darker, like the tiniest little bit darker. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply these to my face. Okay, so I'm just taking a blush brush. And now on my Lisa Frank blush brush, I'm going to take the Tarte blush and apply it to the high-end side. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so we can do the eyes. For brows, this is not really a color dupe. It's more of just a like product is super similar dupe. So I have Whitening Lightning, which is Gerard Cosmetics Brow Bar to Go. And then I have the City Color Bold Brow, which I'm pretty sure they just like changed their packaging on this, because when I was looking for the prices online, nothing looked like this. So just be aware of that. The Gerard Cosmetics is $28, and then the City Color is $3.99. And if you have an Ipsy subscription, this is actually a little bit cheaper. It's like $2 or something, because they have like where Ipsy members get discounts. The main difference between these two products is that the Gerard Cosmetics one comes with the wax, and then these are just the powders. So I'm going to use the darkest shade in both palettes to fill in my eyebrows. Moving on to eyeshadow, this one was like the biggest stretch in my mind for me to find a dupe. So I'm going to say that this isn't a quad because there's like 5 shadows in here, but this little 5 shadow thing from Pacifica, it's the Island Life eyeshadow palette, is a dupe for some of the shades in the Urban Decay Naked palette, the original Naked palette. So I would say the first 2 shades are kind of similar to each other. This one is a little bit more peachy, but it has the same idea. And then you have Half Baked in here, which is the same as that middle gold shade. And then you have a very dark brown, which is similar to Smog in the Urban Decay palette. And then the really, really dark brown is similar to Hustle, because it does have more of a purpley undertone. So I'm just going to go ahead and swatch those next to each other for you real quick. So the Pacifica shades are on the top. So I'm actually just going to use this little sponge tip applicator that came with the Pacifica palette, and I'm going to take the lightest shade and pack it all over the lid. So now I'm going to go into Urban Decay palette and take the shade right here on the end called Virgin and pack it all over the high end side. So I would say that these 2 shades, like once they're on the eyelid, are definitely dupes for each other. So that would be Virgin from Urban Decay, and then this first shade right here in the Pacifica palette. And by the way, this is a sample size palette that was put in an Ipsy bag, so the full size of this product is much bigger than this. I'm going to go ahead and put that copper shade in my crease, and I'm going to use Smog from the Urban Decay palette and put that in my crease. These are both shimmery shadows, which I'm not a fan of putting shimmery shadows in the crease, but the Pacifica palette does not have a matte shade in it. Okay, so this is super powdery. The other shade was not like that. Okay, so that's it for the eyes. So here is Urban Decay and then the Pacifica palette. Urban Decay, Pacifica. So on Pinterest I found that everyone was saying the Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black was a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and then this is like the travel size mascara. So this mini is $12, and then the full size is $23, and then this retails for $7.99. So I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and then apply this. So this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex side, and then this is the Loreal side. So to me, both of my eyeballs look the same, so I would say just skip on the Too Faced Better Than Sex and shoot over to the drugstore and find some Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black. So for eyeliner, I have the Loreal Voluminous Smoldering eyeliner, and this retails for $9.99. Then I have the Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes in the shade 0L. It's just black. So I'm just going to swatch these on the back of my hand and so you can see. The L'Oreal, and then this is Makeup Forever. They look exactly the same to me. I actually think the L'Oreal one might be a little bit more black. So here's my eyes with the eyeliner on, and I definitely feel like the drugstore side, the L'Oreal Smoldering eyeliner looks a lot like more black, like a lot deeper, more pigmented. So now I'm going to go over the two little lip dupes I have for you. So the first little dupe set I have is the Milani lipstick in 17 Plum Rose, which retails for $5.99, and the Marc Jacobs lipstick. This is a mini, but the full size retails for $30, and it's in the shade Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So here's these two. This one over here is Milani, and then you have the Marc Jacobs one right there. The Milani one is a little bit more muted, but they look basically the same on the lips. The other lip dupe I have for you guys is the Mercier Cream Smooth Lip Color, and that retails full size for $28. And the Maybelline lipstick in the shade 065 Hooked on Pink. And I don't know if Maybelline discontinued this color or like when they reformulated it they like renamed it. But I could only find this on Amazon for $11.50. I couldn't find it at like Target, Walmart, Walgreens, Rite Aid, anything like that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But I'm just going to go ahead and swatch these for you guys. And again, the Mercier is the shade Audrey, and then Maybelline is 065 Hooked on Pink. So here are these two shades. The Maybelline one is right here, and then this one is Mercier. The Maybelline one is a little bit more pink, but really you can't tell a difference when they're on the lips. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. And alright guys, so this is the completed full face of dupes. I hope you guys liked this video. It took me a long time to pick out all of these dupes, do my research, all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.